University.
Great mattresses. Right?
There's a shout out to the Foxhall mattresses. Foxhall was our dorm at Western. There's a shout out at the end of the credits. But so we ended up. I mean, it was. I think we had maybe one crossword like day 3, and then from then on we were just completely in sync with each other. I knew what he needed. At one point there was a minor crew revolt, and this was maybe my greatest. Jeff never knew. So I mean, that's what I say, insulate the artist so he can do his job, so he can be talking to the DP as opposed to dealing with minor crew issues.
Well, it turns out crews don't love to work 23 hours a day.
No!
I was shocked. Thought that was a given.
What's next?
Well, I would like to say this, the other thing you say is this Jeff's firm. This was my first film. Oh. And so I had absolutely, I have a life outside of this industry. And so when we finally showed up on day 1 and the camera was there and the actors were there and everybody had their makeup, I kind of had to look over at Jeff and go, so you know how to do this, right? Because all I can do is, I've got I push the start button and I hope you know what to do.
There you go. So will you continue that?
You know what?
Will you do another one?
If Jeff would like me to help him with another one, I mean, this is not. I have a life outside of this, but I think we would enjoy working together again.
And your families would say.
Oh, that's another matter.
Especially when you're a workaholic, right?
When you're a workaholic and when you run off to places like Michigan and they think you're having too much fun, then. Yeah. No, but the great thing about the brother relationship. We called the film a Fresh Shrimp Productions because we had a shrimp business in high school together where we would drive down to North Carolina and pick up shrimp and bring them up to Virginia, and we'd sell them by the side of the road. And so we had a lot of adventures and a lot of time together, sleeping in the back of the station wagon with the smell of
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, fun, yeah.
Which my mom then deemed the shrimp mobile after a couple of leaky coolers,
Oh, yeah.
There were a few incidents, and then it's about 100 degrees, and you don't want to know. But anyway, so we had a great experience doing that, and Matt and I both gravitated towards art. Matt's a sculptor, and I went into filmmaking, but we've always just had this kind of sense that we both like this or that, and have a kind of an aesthetic connection. And so what's great is when you're making a film with somebody where you have that just sort of unwritten, unspoken connection, you just look at each other on the set and nod, and it's working or it's not working. And a lot of people, you have to get them up to speed and you have to talk through things, and there's always this process of just trying to communicate it, and we didn't have to go through that. We were just like,
and even just knowing each other so well. I mean, there were times where I'd look over and I'd go, he hasn't eaten. I mean, because literally, you're working so hard, and I remember like following him around with a sandwich, going,
you gotta eat,
you're gonna fall down.
Exactly.
But that's just, that really is part of the brother relationship that made this very special for us.
I bet. And I've asked every single artist about how they felt when Michael Moore called and said, we'd like to show your movie in Traverse City.
Well, I'll go back one step on that one.
Okay.
I got an email and the line on it was, Michael Moore wants to see your movie. And I thought, okay, which one of my friends is putting it on? and I almost wrote back a really snippy, but I was like, Deb Lake, I don't know, is that a pseudonym? Is that, who is that? So I did write a polite email back saying, are you kidding, or is this, what is this? And she said, no, Michael Moore has this festival, and he views every film personally, and I was blown away by the fact that Michael Moore was going to watch my movie personally in his theater. And when she emailed me back and she said, Michael loves your movie, that was the greatest feeling. And at that point I was like, going to the festival or not, just the fact that Michael Moore loved my movie was an amazing feeling. Because I'm a huge fan.
Well, and the thing about Deb and Michael Moore, they're really down-to-earth people.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They really are.
There's no mistaking Michael for being who he is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Thanks. Oh, absolutely. It's been terrific. We've now done a number of festivals, and this festival, the organization of the festival, the quality of the films and then just the general feeling of, I mean, the audiences are amazing. They love these movies and they're just voracious, and it's an incredible experience to come to a place that's got that kind of energy.
I've been really impressed by the crowds for the international, for the Korean films, and for the, it doesn't matter, subtitled or not. They're standing in line. I know because because I've been out there trying to drum up some business for our film, which we are sold out, so we're very excited.
There you go.
But just to see people stand in line to see international films. I mean, I live in Norfolk, Virginia, and our little art house shows them, and there aren't big lines. So it just really says something about. I think Michael has. I think that the community has a great trust for his taste, and if he says it's okay, we better go see what it is. And I think that's. I mean, I think that bond is what's really, and year after year, it just keeps getting elevated. I think because of that.
Yeah, and 1,000 volunteers who
Yeah,
make
how
it
about
happen.
that?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
The name of the movie is Cherry. We hope you'll go and see it. At least check it out, and we want your opinion. And we'll be right back. Stick around.